This is back, and thank you for watching the second video of the series. This is my face, and this is also the setup I will be playing this account on. Most importantly, this is my incredible family that I will not be neglecting while I make this series. Diving into the account, there's a couple of specific things we need to note. The first is that this will not be like a standard Ultimate Iron Man level 3 series because I am going to be doing a couple of things that are out of the ordinary. For example, I'm not going to be leveling Slayer at all. I don't think the total level is worthwhile. It doesn't give us a total level world. It's more combat that we'd have to do for Lumbridge Easy Diary, as well as it's just overall never looks clean unless you get 99, and I don't have the time for cleaning finds. I'm going to stick to the skill pure, as well as no recoils because we aren't going to be utilizing any malicious scripts or any scripts of any nature. Everything that is within the game is what we'll utilize, and this is going to start from a tutorial series and move into a progress series. So, hopefully that makes sense to all of you, and let's get started. First off, you're going to want to have two alt accounts, and as we get into Tutorial Island, you want to start off these accounts having them already at the alts already at the point in which they can attack. The first one will attack, do 1 damage, and log out as soon as you see the XP drops, and then also the second account, and as soon as that happens, make sure that you hit it because it can regenerate, and this is why you do the other two accounts first before you use the account that you would like to get the final kill on. The last account being your account for the kill is the most important. Keep in mind that this is exactly how you'll do it with range as well, and you don't want the alts to actually do the last damage because if the alts do the last damage, then you will actually ruin the alt and it will put it to the next step. Once we've done that, we can have the lowest XP, and thank you Tedious for revealing this method. Once we're out here, we're going to purchase a bond, and this is just so that we don't spend an entire month's worth of membership. It's not feasible because we might have to actually restart this entire account after this video. Let's also make sure that we have our settings set up, as we need to make sure that not necessarily everything in here is exactly what I have, but I think loot drop notifications is important, escape from the other view, and also you turn off your auto retaliate and combat. Then we're going to grab some items and sell some items to the general store and start the Cook's Assistant quest, head to the second floor of Lumbridge and start the Rune Mysteries quest. And then on the third floor, we're going to start actually training our first skill, which is going to be fire making to level 15. Here you see we hit level 15. Apologize for the background. And then we're also going to start fletching and get level 5 fletching. Then we'll get level 5 thieving, which is good for Cake Slater. And I got level 7 fishing because of a random Bobcat event. Then we'll suicide, or as we're thieving, let ourselves die. And we're going to do this because we're going to be starting a quest that requires nothing in our inventory. We have 1 hour to complete it, and that's Misthalin Mystery. This will basically be the best point to do the quest because we don't really need anything from the quest in terms of the rewards, and it really is a nice quest to get done that requires nothing in our inventory. It will also give us a couple of crafting levels. Make sure to pick up all of your stuff and head on to the next step. We're going to be grabbing everything we need for Cook's Assistant, so starting with Dairy the Cow, then grabbing the egg while we start hopefully getting the items that we need for the flour to make it ourselves. If you didn't know where the wheat is, it's right over here. And then we're going to be completing our first quest on the account, and that is going to be Cook's Assistant. This will give us 2 quest points, and we'll be on our way with 4 cooking, which isn't really meaningful yet. We're also going to start the Sheep Shearer quest, and we're going to go ahead and make sure that we turn all of that sheared stuff into balls of wool. You can also, after obtaining all of these, or I guess the balls of wool are going to be handed in afterwards, but we have to make them. That doesn't give really much crafting XP, but there's our second quest, Sheep Shearer, for 3 total quest points. This is just to show that I did the specific event that was unique for this particular time point. But what you want to actually do is make sure that you purchase 1 piece of silk and start Earnest the Chicken. Here we are completing Earnest the Chicken. And this gives us 7 quest points. Now we're going to proceed with Rune Mysteries, and we're going to home telly. Here we are completing the specific event for the anniversary of RuneScape. Alright, now we want to make sure that our authenticator is set for our account so that we can proceed later on. And head to turn in all of our codes at Diango to get all the items we need, as well as buy the initial items that we want to store, and then head over and start doing Security of Stronghold for our first 10k GP. Now technically you don't have to actually finish the entire thing, but I go through each layer anyways because I want to complete it so that I can always come back and get at the very end either the colorful boots or the fighting ones, and you know which one I chose in this picture. Afterwards, we're going to go ahead and make sure that we use some of that money to actually buy a bunch of items. Most importantly to note, the Chronicle, and then we're going to head over to get some Snape Grass, proceed to getting to Artie through that dock charter ship, and start doing some thieving. Safe spot here. We're also going to purchase our own POH and check pet insurance. This is for the Artie Easy Diary, as well as lower our prey to 0 and pray at the altar for Artie Easy, and also start the Sheep Herder quest. We'll also go into the wilderness, make sure that you come back. It's unlikely you'll die. And then we're going to teleport with minigame teleport to Clan Wars. This allows us to enter the free-for-all portal to regain our energy to 100%, and then take it to Castle Wars through the save spot to get into Yanil. Here we're going to also complete another Artie Easy Diary by checking Alex Hunter Emporium, and grabbing some planks, only 3 that we need for Observatory Quest later, as well as some additional items from Trader Stan's trading post. We're also going to start the trawler, which we can let time out, and that will get us closer to Artie, in which we will also obtain the items we need, and getting and making some molten glass, as well as a bronze bar, and then heading to get level 10 agility. Now we're good for Draenor. Later on, of course. We'll also grab some dwell berries for a quest later from a Grubber's Wood, and we're going to start our next quest, which is going to be Murder Mystery. There's Murder Mystery with 10 quest points, and this is going to give us some crafting levels that we'll need for Observatory Quest. 14 crafting. Then we're going to get some more cakes. And we're going to minigame teleport back to Clan Wars because our cooldown is up. And we're going to get back to Castle Wars and start Observatory Quest. There is also a spawn point for super anti-poisons. And here you can see is our first guide. So we're going to prod the sleeping guard, and we're going to run over here, and we're going to avoid having to attack or kill him by getting him stuck behind that particular point. Make sure you have your run energy on. Go ahead and run, and he'll get snagged right up here where you can see. And this will allow you to get the lens mold without having to do or deal with any combat XP as our first kind of combat fight, even though we don't actually have to do anything. Also, just to note, as you escape, he will still attack you. And here we are. This is the most important part of the account, and that's really getting Observatory Quest done. This quest has a chance of giving you combat XP, and you want this quest completed for the sake of completion of Fossil Island as an Ultimate Iron Man. It's too beneficial to pass up. You can get combat XP by doing Demon Slayer, but we don't want to risk it. The moment of truth is we view the telescope to see if the constellation is going to ruin our account for a restart. You can also check here for the start chart viewer. And as you can see, obviously by me not restarting this entire account, my reward was nothing in the other than an ordinary one. And there is Observatory Quest completed with 12 quest points, and this is going to grant us 20 crafting. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.